Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Kamatra Maxwell and this is Connecting to Greatness. So today I want to talk to you about getting uncomfortable. And the question I have for you today is, are you comfortable in an uncomfortable situation? And what do I mean by that? Just think of your life, do a quick scan of your life and think about any place in your life that you are settling for what you have defined as less. If you are in a relationship and you're not having your needs met, but you've been there for years and you're making excuses for your partner. Are you in a job where you're not being appreciated, you're not being paid your worth, but you've been there for years and you haven't moved and looked for something better? Are you in a friendship, not just intimacy, but just a friendship where your friends are never there for you or take advantage of you and you're in that situation? Now the list can go on and on and on of situations where we are uncomfortable but we're not doing anything about it. Now this can also be a relationship with yourself. Are you not doing the things you truly want to do for yourself, and in your heart, you can hear yourself say, you know what, you need to exercise more. You need to eat healthy. You need to make more time for yourself. We need to go on a vacation. You're hearing all those things in the back of your head, but you haven't made the next step. So what happens is, if you stay in a situation long enough, then you start making excuses for the situation. You know, well, they're treating me that way because they didn't really have really good role models, or they're treating me that way because you know, it's a small company, they don't really have much funds, and you start just making excuses for people that they didn't give you, or they gave you the excuses and you adopted them as yours, and at first when you were repeating them it sounded like crap to you, but you repeat it long enough and now you believe it and you're uncomfortable, but you're comfortable. So the situation is uncomfortable, but you've become really, really comfortable in this uncomfortable situation. So that's what I mean by, are you comfortable in an uncomfortable situation? Now think about that. And if the answer is yes, then this video is for you. So this week, someone called me out about being comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And I was stunned, I was surprised at myself, but they were right. And this is what fueled this video. It got me into action, it got me moving. But what I learned from that situation was the role of fear. Sometimes I always say that word kind of wrong. My Caribbean accent kind of jumps out. But the role of F-E-A-R in your life. A lot of times, the reason that we are comfortable in this uncomfortable situation is because we are scared. And we are scared of the unknown. A lot of us are control freaks. Admittedly so, I am. We are control freaks. And some of us, we say it proudly. Like I used to say it proudly, like I'm a control freak. But really looking at it, and what happens is that life has served us and dealt with you so much trauma, so much heartbreak, that you have developed this way of operating that you believe will serve you. And that's basically what I did. I've dealt with so many things as a child, that you just develop this way of functioning, that I'm not going to trust anyone, that I gotta see to believe it, you know, those kind of things. And the things that I cannot control, because you're nervous, and it's really because you're scared. You're scared of the unknown. You're scared to make the next step. And that causes you to kind of remain paralyzed in that situation. Now, how do you use fear? Use fear to push you forward. And that's what I want to teach you today. Today, I want to teach you how to use your fear that you have to fuel you forward. And the way you use fear is treat fear like a friend. Yeah, I said it. Treat your fear like a friend. Now, don't go looking for this friend every day. I'm not sending you to go hunting for fear. What I'm saying to you is, when fear shows up, do not retreat. Do not become paralyzed. do not become stagnant or complacent, because that's what most of us do. When fear shows up, we're like, oh my God, I'm scared, I'm not gonna do this thing. Oh my God, I'm scared, I'm done. This means I should just stay. Remember that your brain was built to protect you. So your brain will come up with anything it needs to do to protect you. It doesn't mean that you should stay in the place that you are. You have to then ask this friend, what's going on? Why am I feeling scared? What is it that I'm feeling? When did this show up? Did this show up now that I'm in action mode? But I really want to move forward. If I really want to move forward and this thing is showing up, that means I'm just nervous about moving forward. So maybe I can talk to someone about it. And that's what I tend to do. I tend to talk about what I'm feeling. I tend to write about what I'm feeling. So this is the place where you don't stop moving, but you get information. This is about getting information about what you're feeling. Now, I've done a lot of things scared. Now, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this to take inventory. This video is just as much as encouragement it is to you as it is to me. Take inventory when you are nervous. Sorry about the noise. Take inventory when you are nervous about the things that you've done in your past, whether small, whether big, that you were scared at the time, but you still move forward. When you can look back at the things and be thankful for the things that you've gone through with fear and still did it anyway, that will give you fuel in this journey to keep moving forward. Now, I tell people all the time, like, I got married scared, and I'll probably do a video about this later on. I got married scared, not because I was fearful about who I was loving, but marriage was nothing I ever wanted to subscribe to because of the relationships that I've seen in my lifetime. So marriage and all that stuff, when I met my husband, I was like, I'm never getting married, or we're gonna have to be together a ridiculous amount of time before I do so. But I did that scared, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. I ran for public office scared. Scary decision, but I did it anyway. So what I did is I started to take inventory, or I'm beginning to take inventory of the things that I've done scared, that the next time fear comes up, that I'm going to confront it with the things that we've done together and we don't regret doing. So one of the first things you need to do is, when fear shows up, is to ask the right questions. Ask any question, but it's a fact finding time. It's time to get information of, why am I feeling this way? When did this show up? How can we resolve it? And the second thing is to start reminding yourself of the things that you've done with this old friend and you've still been successful in doing them. So by treating fear like an old friend, you're able to gain the confidence you need to move forward. I just wanted to pop in and let you know that you do not have to remain stagnant in a situation that you're in. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're facing, and I know you're nervous and I know you're scared, that you don't have to remain where you are. That life you desire, the change you desire is possible. Just treat fear like an old friend. You know you're onto something great and grand when fear shows up, because your mind is created, like I said early on, to keep you comfortable. So when fear shows up, I tell myself, okay, you're changing. You're going through a growth spurt, and that's why it's uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable that you shouldn't do it. It's uncomfortable and you should do it. Because what happens is that once you push through that threshold, and once you push through that growth spurt and you make it to the other side, now you have a story to tell. Now you've overcome that, and it's like life gets ready to, okay, what else? What else can I deal with? What else can I deal with? Because I've just shown that I can deal with that. And the issue about staying complacent is that you remain stagnant and you do not grow. Have you ever met some people and you're like, There's still this era in their life and they're so much older than me, and you're like, they're still not married. They're still talking about dreams that they want to accomplish. They're still, and I only mention marriage if marriage was important to them. So if they're saying, well, I always wanted to do this, but I haven't done this, and they're still stagnant, it's because most times people are scared. And they will make, they will make reasons and justifications for that. Well, this is just the life God, had for me, blah, 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 whatever. Abundance. If you pay any attention, God is a God of abundance. And whatever concerns you concerns God. So I don't believe in this limitation that we put on God. And it's about abundance. So if this is abundant life that you desire, you can have it. You just got to get out of your own way. And getting out of your own way, it's about facing that fear. It's about having the faith that you can do this. It's about having the faith to move forward. So get up, and if it's uncomfortable, and if it's dirty, and if it's icky, then guess what? You're in the right place. It's about growing. Life is not, and you know this for a fact, it's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to be comfortable. But when you're uncomfortable, you're onto something. So change that uncomfortable situation. Change that situation where you have gotten comfortable, and start thinking of your next move. Whatever it is, whatever your next move is, you will find out. I call it divine inspiration. You will be inspired to take the next step because you've just determined that there needs to be a next step. And once you find out what that next step is, do it. All right? This is Kimatra Maxwell. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.